like to share with you a little bit about what you can expect when you visit our optical. We've partnered with a number of optical companies who are independent and cater to the independent doctor of optometry like us. It's our way of shopping local, if you will. There are a lot of larger companies that you can find their products everywhere. But what we found is in working with these smaller independently owned companies that we get excellent customer service. We have great relationships with our frame reps. We have really customized attention to what we need for our patients. And also many of these really pay attention to quality. So we get better acetate or the plastic for your frames, better quality stainless steel or titanium for the metal frames, which make them lighter weight, better hinge design. And so we just don't see as many breakages or things like that. And again, they just really treat us well. So it's our way of shopping local and supporting other independent practice owners like ourselves. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a sampling of what we have in the office. I have to tell you that I have so many favorite frames. It's hard for me to pick out like a couple to show you because we really get excited about what we have. So the first company we work with is called Europa, and they have a number of lines within their company, and they really can cater to almost anybody. So for the men, they have this line Michael Ryan, which is often a very classic look. So they have great spring hinges. They come in plastics and metals. And then they have their Aiden Thomas line, which is sometimes geared at a little bit younger patient base. Maybe not, but sometimes has a little more edgy kind of current trendy feel. And for the ladies, I love this Scott Harris line. They cater to petite faces. For so many years, I heard women say they had to choose from the kids' frames, and I just think that's terrible. You should be able to find something that looks great and fits you well and is age appropriate. So these Scott Harris frames, they come in a number of different colors, but they come in a little bit smaller frame size for the ladies. Chinzia is really kind of a trendy line. They have some of the newest trends like currently are kind of some of the fade or a little bit of the horn rim. They tend to have a little more unique frame shape or colors. And then they also have a really classic line called Côte de Jour, which takes kind of the classic flattering styles for most faces. But then they just change it up. They add a little bit of detailing, texture. They give a little bit different color to it. So a very modern look. So that's Europa. The other larger company that we work with, I'll show you. I have some different frames. This is Tura. So they take, kind of the current round, but maybe not quite so round. So it's a little bit more doable for some people, not quite so far outside the box. They also have this Brilliance line for women that incorporate more detailing with crystals, a little more glam. Their Ted Baker line for men and women tend to give really fine classic lines. This is just a really popular brand because again, it doesn't step too far outside the box. But they have some nice detailing, and usually we'll just change it up with something a little edgy on the color or the texture. And then another line they have that we really enjoy is their Titan Flex. So these have some flexibility to the frame. So these are great for people who are really hard on their frames. Another company I really like is Studio Optics. They have two lines. One is Northwest 77th, which is a really reasonable price line. They have both plastics and metals, men's and women's. You can see this one, white's a really hot color right now. And so they'll have great shapes. They do just a little different detailing. And the acetate or the plastic is really high quality. And the other the other line they carry is Urkers, which kind of has that a little bit classic retro look. A lot of the round, they do some great crystal frames in different shades of crystal. So that's Studio Optics. I'm losing my own glasses on here. The first company, or the first pair of glasses I was wearing were, these are my David Spencer line. That is a line that in the women's in particular, they do a lot of fun things with color and detailing. So this is a classic black frame, but then they add a pop of white to it, which really makes it stand out. They do that with a lot of their plastics as well. They'll have a great tortoise and then just give a pop of color on the front. This is my other pair, again, kind of in the round, but some interesting detailing around the edges. This line also has a number of really pretty frames, again, and trendy as well for a petite lady. In the men's, they do, you can see they'll put a crystal with some metal at the top to kind of give that two-tone fade. They also do some great metal frames and will add just a little bit of texture or detailing at the top. It's a great independent line. They've grown in the last year and we've been really having a lot of fun growing our sales with them. One of my other favorite lines, I told you I had so many favorites. These are Etnia Barcelona. They're out of Spain. This is mine, so I can see you as well. So again, kind of a classic shape, but then they do something really a little bit unexpected with the coloring. So these aren't too overstated, but boy, does it kind of make you feel fun when you're wearing them. And then they'll take, again, kind of classic shapes, and they do interesting things with the colors. And the really fun thing is each of their frames will come with like 6 to 9 different colors. So we try to carry a good representation across the board of the different color combinations, and we can order any in that you might like. And they don't leave the men out. Again, classic shape, but they add just a pop of color with the red, which just gives it a little bit highlight, a little trendy again, without going too far outside the box. One of our most recent additions is this line out of the Netherlands called Duts. Now they go outside the box. These are really a bit funky, and boy, have we had fun with some people who found the perfect frame in this. As you can see, they have some very unusual frame shapes, or I have to put my own pair back on, sorry, so I can see. They'll take a classic frame shape. Again, this one's a metal, and they have 3 different patterns on it. And once they make a run and they're through with the patterns, then you can't get it anymore. So if you get a Duts frame, you're pretty much guaranteed you won't find anybody else with the same frame. We have 2 lines in the office which are really unique, and we brought these in with the express purpose of people who are really hard on their glasses or need lightweight frames. I'm a migraine sufferer, and I find that my Ovos or my 141s are the frames I go to when I'm really needing the lightweight frame. They also have a lot of flexibility in them. So these are my new ones. Sorry, don't ever put your glasses on with one hand. These are my new ones. They have the new photo fusion lenses in them that turn blue. And these are, you can also put sunglasses in any of your frames. But they are just super, super lightweight, and the company claims they're baby proof. So essentially unbreakable. And the last company that I was talking about is called Ovo, and their frames are truly indestructible. They are made out of titanium and stainless steel, and theirs you can absolutely bend and mold, and they won't break. There are no hinges. The temples just pop off and pop back on, and their nose pads that cutout is made out of the same cutout from the whole front of the frame. So they boast never having a broken nose pad. So these, they have some cool videos online about how you can run them over or whatnot and they won't break. And the great thing is they have some great funky shapes. They have, this one's kind of just really a classic shape. They're great for sleeping on. You can bend, and they don't get out of whack. So those have been a really hot seller, or I should say a popular product in our office as well. I won't leave out the kids. We have kids frames in a number of these different brands. Ovos make great kids frames. This is a DB4K from Europa. Again, for the boys, nice classic look. It's pretty popular. For the girls, we have all sorts of sparkles and you name it. These are color changing when they go outside. And I forgot about Rain City is also an independent line made in the Netherlands. So they just have some really unique features here. And lastly, Eyes of Faith is a Christian-based company, and they make, in both men's and women's, they make some frames that are all very unique, a little bit trendy. Some of them, they all have a scripture verse on the inside that inspired the name of the frame. And this new line by Delilah is all very pretty, have angel's wings on the side, and again, a scripture in them. And I should mention that Eyes of Faith is a company that for the frames we purchase, they take a portion and give back to missions work and providing eye care for those in need, which is a cause dear to my heart, as I spent many years before having kids doing that sort of work myself. And 141, for every frame that we purchase, they give a frame away. So we can choose to donate to their cause, or we have frames in our office for those in need. So we love working with companies with a purpose as well. And last but not least, we do have a full array of sunglasses. So Etnia makes glass lenses that are high definition, mineral lenses. They have some that are photochromic. I have a pair, they're my favorite. And then also, this is a pair I own by Invu. So you can go big and glam. These are really reasonably priced line that you can get with the polarized lenses in them, or you can have them made into prescription. So in short, we really have a fun time looking for frames that would meet the needs of everybody who comes in our office. So come by and check them out. They're always changing.